I'm sure some of you, especially some of you family members, are wondering about the merits of being involved in public service, public affairs, and administration right now. My family certainly did when I became involved in public office. We see scandal after scandal in the media. It is certainly not happening just in politics and public affairs alone. We've witnessed financial scandals and others. But I hope to spend a few minutes this afternoon with you on this very happy occasion, making you leave here today feeling proud or prouder, depending on your current state of mind. I can't answer the often asked question that asks if we're just less honest and ethical than we were in the past, but I suspect with the explosion of technology, it may be that we just know more about everyone than we did in the past. I do, however, know that throughout my years in public service, of course there were liars and cheaters along the way, but for each of those, there were way more like you, people sincerely trying to make a difference. And you have chosen to give more than most, who at best do the minimum. They might vote, or occasionally read a little bit about what's going on. You have taken your commitment to a higher level, and you must, because you're smarter than most, and you have a greater understanding of how our system works. If people like you don't step up and lead, others much less informed will do so, and that does not bode well for our future, as we have seen in times past. And you are here at UIS, at one of the best places in the world to be prepared as a future leader in public affairs and administration. That goal was actually the basis for creation of Sangamon State back in 1970. And I might add, I was the second person in line to register in 1970 to start my junior year in college. That's, at that time, Sangamon State was junior, senior, and grad school. We have produced so many wonderful public servants throughout the years. Every time I go into the Capitol, I run into several of them. And when I occasionally get to Washington, D.C., there's always Terry Gaynor, who used to be head of the state police here and went to Sangamon State, graduated. He's now the guardian of the Senate for their security, and he's just a wonderful person. And Dana Perino is a UIS grad who was President Bush's last
press secretary.
What?
Press secretary.
Press secretary, thank you. My mind went blank. So our graduates are really everywhere around the world. I had the wonderful opportunity to be in China last September and was at a luncheon with someone who had graduated from the U of I, who is over there now working in public affairs and administration. I'm very envious of all of you having the opportunities to learn and practice and participate in the field of public affairs and administration. As I was making my way through college, most of these experiences were either not available to most women or too difficult for women with families. There were very, very few female role models, and unfortunately, a few of those who could have been were very protective of their status as the only woman in a certain field. I always tell young people, I didn't know a woman growing up, and even in college, who did anything but a teacher, a secretary, a nurse, and of course a homemaker. So I didn't have a lot of role models or opportunities like you do to be directly involved in public affairs. But who knew that just about the time that I was getting my diploma from this new place in a cornfield in 1972, things were changing. Within a few years, our county board was actually looking for women to serve, and I was thrilled to become the first woman to be elected on my own to the Sangamon County Board. The rest is history, but I sure could have used some of those internships, classes, and relationships you have experienced. My first countywide election was for clerk of the circuit court here in 1980. I've always liked quotations. I read them a lot and think they're interesting. And I found one that I used on stationery for that office after I was elected. It was from Virgil, and it said, "The highest motive is the public good." I was looking through some old papers the other day and found a piece of that stationery. I thought, you know, if I were starting over, that's one thing I wouldn't change at all. That quote is even more timely today than it was in 1980, and certainly more so than in Virgil's day. The highest motive really is the public good. I hope you will agree and will follow that philosophy throughout your lives. But thanks again for allowing me to be part of this, your great accomplishment. And I hope to see you all at graduation in just 2 short weeks from today. Thank you so much.